Gang Hang. It's been a minute. We had holidays, we had stuff going on, but we're back with another Gang Hang. There is all manner of crap to talk about. We've got so much good nerd shit going on right now, but I think we should probably lead off with Peacemaker. It is the first DCU stuff we have seen post-Superman. It turns out...
Well, I mean, yes, post-Superman. Yes.
Yeah. Retroactively, it was the first DCU stuff we would be seeing pre-Superman, we found out.
So, episode 3 was this week. At the very beginning of episode 1 of this season, there was a previously on Peacemaker kind of thing where they recapped the events of season 1, but they tweaked things to make it fit in the DCU as opposed to the Snyderverse.
Right.
Most notably, a hilarious bit about somebody having a fetish. Oh, Guy Gardner having a poop fetish.
Yes. Yeah.
Or something. He's got some sort of weird fetish. And so instead of meeting the Zack Snyder Justice League at the end of Peacemaker season 1, he meets the Justice Gang.
And the Snyderverse literally and collectively shit themselves on the internet, took their pants down and pooped live on the internet. Like they still thought there was a chance. Right? No, it's done. And I'm fine with it. I have no problem with it. There were people that were so mad. You can't just go back and change. Blah, blah, blah. Didn't bother me at all. When you see because like in the Peacemaker season 1, we don't actually see the Snyder Justice League members. We see a couple of them, right?
We see Flash and Aquaman.
Right, because they're cheaper to get than the other actors. And in this one, it's obviously the Justice Gang from Superman. And we see Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner. And they talk a little bit. And then they go into this thing where it's like, okay, the Peacemaker has discovered, in his little armory that his dad built, which is actually a pocket universe, there's a door to another pocket universe where dad and brother are alive. It's a whole different world. And I was like...
Or another Earth in the multiverse, whatever terminology they're using.
And my first thought was, oh shit, this is how James Gunn is going to do it. He's going to pull the Peacemaker into this universe and that will be the regular DCU. Nope. No,
he just straight up did it.
Nope, just did it. Fuck you, Snyderverse.
He's like, you guys remembered it wrong. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, like, you're in charge. Sure. I like that they didn't get tricky. Didn't get tricky at all, and he just did it.
Right.
Just pulled the rug right out from everybody. Like, no, this is the DCU. Go.
I think it would have been cheap if he just, like, stepped sideways into an alternate reality, and that's how he's in the DCU. Like, come on.
Well, sure, but
everything else about his life is exactly the same. His friends and coworkers are all there, and they all know him. And they all went through the same shit. Like, no.
Well, Joe,
you can't do that.
We did just get done talking about a character that's done that 3 times. So,
yeah, I mean, it's complicated.
Yeah, Superboy Prime, most notably.
It's complicated.
Is anyone else watching Peacemaker, and do we have feelings? Does anyone disagree with this? That is there anyone that's like, no, that's bullshit. They shouldn't have done it this way.
No, I think the way he's doing it is correct. I think the easier path would have been to do the other way, but this one makes it way more interesting because of, especially like this last episode, what he's doing.
Yes.
Is, I think, pretty clever.
Yes. And still hilarious and still making him a very flawed character.
Yes.
I think
Jimbo,
that
everybody.
Something that is, without spoiling the most recent episode, I think something that we learn or are reinforced about is that no matter how much he says he wants to be better or he wants to be a good man, Peacemaker is a sociopath.
Yeah.
And he makes wrong, destructive decisions. And like there's the big action scene in this week's episode. He is so brutally and coldly effective during that scene that it's just like, oh, this guy just does not care.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he only cares in so much as it affects him. Like he wants Harcourt to love him and he wants, his friends to like him and yada, yada, yada. He wants to be a hero.
Right.
But I don't think he's really equipped to actually do that.
Well, I think last season we sort of learned like even a screw up can go on a hero arc, and this season, rather than addressing his actual issues, he thinks he's found a shortcut to just be good.
Yes.
And it's not
so
going to
Joe
work out. It's not going to work.
Joe Reynolds points out something in the chat that I'm not going to repeat for the sake of the people listening to this, but go to the chat if you want to see it. I think that they might be setting. I think that there's a chance that they're setting up a situation where this alternate Earth is not.
No, let's spoil it. Let's talk spoilers.
Rainbows.
Joe, I need to talk about this. Let's talk spoilers. Joe Reynolds, get on your mic because I did not even put this together.
Neither did I. Yeah.
Joe, get on your mic and throw this out.
Hi, Joe.
So everybody can hear it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like most of the TV shows we see, there's kind of like equal representation of all creeds and colors,
right?
And a lot of communities and things like that. But in that most recent episode, I only noticed one.
Yeah.
And I think I think Chris is in for a very big disappointment with his brother and his dad once again.
I didn't even think about it until you brought this up.
Somebody else.
Everybody's white. They're all white.
Somebody else asked, I think it was in the discussion thread. Anybody get if we get the sense that maybe this is actually some sort of fascist police state? Because the people are cheering Peacemaker for what he does in this episode.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, they cheer him in the streets.
Yeah.
There are murals of him painted on walls.
They're also not mentioning.
And yet his dad still wears the big fucking dragon costume.
Right. And
it's blue instead of red, but.
In the regular world that he's in, they talk about Gotham and they talk about Batman and they talk about Superman. They have not mentioned any of those characters in this other world yet, right?
Well, we don't see Adebayo at all.
No, not just Adebayo. I'm talking about larger scale, Superman or Batman or a Justice League.
I don't remember if they name drop any of that. I mean, there's an Argus, so you would think that there is some sort of superhuman presence, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a Superman here, and if we're going to get to a point where it's like, oh yeah, your dad, he murdered Batman on TV and everybody cheered for it or something.
So I guess we're spoiling now, so throw your phones away.
Yeah. I said full spoilers.
If you're screaming.
Let's go.
So when in the first episode, when he finds the alternate world and his dad comes around the corner, he's like, it looks like you've seen a ghost.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, this is bad. And you could tell right away that he was happy and pleasant. It was he's obviously different and their relationship is different. But then this first time you see him, pictures of him in action, he's still wearing that white dragon outfit, just in blue instead of red.
Yeah.
And that's just such a weird choice, I don't know. And I've been feeling like there's something not right still, even though his relationships are better.
I can't believe
this world is still pretty messed up.
I totally missed it. Ian, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think that I've only seen the first episode, but coming off of Superman and, kind of how prevalent guns politics are in Superman.
Yeah.
It really does kind of seem like this is, hey, you wanted this world where you had a really good relationship. You want to be happy, but the expense is you have to live in this fascist world. And it's kind of showing, I feel, right-wingers this is the world you want to live in, but when you actually get there, it might seem great, but actually it's really fucking terrible.
Right,
and the clue that I think you guys are all right is that when he first goes into that world, you don't see anybody. It's just the three of them in this room, and it's you're not showing me the rest of the outside world for a reason. You're obscuring that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're wrong at all.
And the Sons of Liberty, which is the group of domestic terrorists that are trying to fight, they are screaming about fighting a fascist government,
right?
And they seem like crazies, but what if they're not? Of all things that to choose to blow up, they were the DMV. They look like normal people. They're just like normal,
Right.
like middle-aged, out of shape, in some cases, people. They're not a well-oiled terrorist cell.
No,
they are like rebels,
Right.
ragtag.
This is the old overweight dads that stormed the Capitol,
Well, I mean, except I think that they might. I think that they might actually be on the side of good.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's the exact. It's like the mirror image.
It's a mirror. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, what if this? Ooh, what if this is Earth 3? Ooh.
What?
No,
What?
I don't want to get into that.
No. Get into it.
No.
Get into it. Is it Earth 3? It's
no, I think if this was Earth 3. If this was Earth 3, we would be hearing shit about like the Crime Syndicate and Evil Justice League. Like they're not going to do Earth 3 without going full on Earth 3.
Why not? Maybe.
I don't think we are in a bad is good, good is bad situation, because for the most part, the normal characters we see do behave like normal human beings. Like Harcourt behaves like a normal human being. She's not like coded as evil, you know what I mean?
Well, none of them are though. But go ahead. Sorry, Brian.
What if it's almost Earth 3? What if it's almost Earth 3? It's like Earth Pi 3.14.
Sure,
yeah,
right,
JD.
yeah.
Sorry. So Earth 3 was like white supremacist Nazi Earth, right?
No, not exactly. Earth. That's Earth X. That's
X.
the Earth where that's Earth where the Nazis win.
Right. Okay.
Earth 3 is the world of the Crime Syndicate, where all of the heroes that we know are actually villains, and they rule the world with an iron fist. The only hero of Earth 3 is Lex Luthor. This is back in the pre-crisis version. In the Grant Morrison version of the Crime Syndicate, they called it a different thing. That was in the JLA Earth 2 graphic novel.
Right.
But that was back when there was no multiverse anymore. But Earth 3 is the realm of the Crime Syndicate.
Okay. I don't know, man.
But it's essentially a world where greed and evil and power are celebrated, and good is a weakness, kindness is a weakness. It's not a world where you like treat your neighbor with empathy. Like in this world, it like celebrates Peacemaker.
Right.
Harcourt seems like a good person, but not, as we're seeing now, there doesn't seem to be very many people of color in this world.
Even Harcourt, who is seems like a good person, could be a mirror of herself in the real world, who is a deeply flawed person, as we're learning.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're totally right.
Yeah, I think I don't know, man. We saw a clone of Superman get sucked into a universe that has cube worlds in the Superman movie. So guess what? I don't think anything is off the table at this point.
Yeah, I guess you're right. In the pocket dimension created by Lex Luthor and Superman, there's these like cubes that form up all the matter in that space. And Ultraman, who is spoilers for Superman, guys. Come on, it's been a month.
I finally saw it.
All good. Ultraman, who was this mysterious character, is revealed to be an imperfect clone of Superman, aka Bizarro. An imperfect clone of Superman is Bizarro.
Right.
And he gets sucked into a black hole, and I'm sure we will see him again, and he will actually be more Bizarro-like.
And they're already using the name Ultraman in that movie. There's no reason why they couldn't do an Ultraman thing in Peacemaker too. They've introduced the idea.
No, you're right. I think that we've seen enough of this world so far that I'm surprised that we wouldn't have seen or heard a reference to the Crime Syndicate. If this is Earth 3,
maybe,
as we understand it.
Yeah. I
definitely think that it's a strong possibility, though, to go back to Joe's point, that there's something not right with this world. And something that I've read is that the last 3 episodes of this season of Peacemaker are going to feel like an entirely different show. And I don't know what that means exactly.
Huh.
So something big is going to happen.
Brian, talk.
Maybe I should start watching the last 3 episodes because I can't stand this show.
You can't.
Oh no!
Really? You can't stand Peacemaker?
No, I just feel like John Cena's Peacemaker is great as a seasoning and something else, but I can't take him as the main course.
I mean, fair. I don't know. You might be alone here, buddy. It's like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. So,
It's okay. It's all right.
Brian, you got your hand
get
up. What do you got?
I think the show's it's good. I'm up to date. I also feel like the first 2 episodes, there's so much like place setting that it kind of should have either been like an hour and a half episode or release the first 2 at the same time. Like it's because we learn all the stuff about the alternate dimension, and it's like, oh, the cleaning up of the end of the last season, which I thought was a clever way to do it. Like just put a pin in it and be done with it. Like we're hanging a hat on the Justice Gang and that's it. And then you kind of move in, but like they spent so much time in episode 2 with that like rooftop party where it was like, there's just he's really taken his time, and I there's only so many episodes. So it's really it's a very deliberate thing, and he's really going slowly with it and setting these things up. And of course he's got to get Chris out of the house so that he can have the agents come and get murdered by that meta duck. But it's
metahuman duck, right?
It's this, I'm feeling a little bit like there's so many shoes that are going to drop, and it's like, how quickly are they going to drop? Yeah. There is something going on. I did not notice the racial makeup of the people on the other Earth. And I kind of want to go back and look.
Yeah. I didn't either. I totally missed it.
There are also really subtle ways that Earth 3 has been handled. Where like the one in the Morrison one, and maybe it's just the Frank Quitely art, but like it does kind of feel like they are like the authority of their Earth. Yeah. Like they're there where they like people are basically they're trying to live their lives while the evil Justice League is torturing them.
Ian, I'm gonna mute you real quick.
That was Frank. That was Frank.
That was sorry. Yeah, that's right.
Probably.
Frank, I'm gonna mute you real quick, okay? There we go. Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
But yeah, like in the Earth 2 graphic novel, like they're up in their like satellite thing, and they drop money on the Earth like to cause chaos and over like a city, and all the money's fake. And it's just like they're just like fucking with people.
Well, is it fake, or is it the money of that universe?
I always took it that it was fake because it's like useless. Like it kind of, it's like they have oppressed these people, and they, because there's people like walking their dogs like carefully, like they're nervous to like, you can't talk badly about them. Like they are Big Brother, right? Like they are listening all the time.
Yeah, like Ultraman's
always
can literally hear you.
Yeah, and he like zaps that thing from like outer space. Like they are like it's not like the literal thing where like everything good is bad and everything bad is good. It's like there's normal people just in the middle stuck with this
existing, right?
Yeah, and they're just existing. And so, it could be something subtle like that where everything, it's a utopia and everything's really great, but by the way, like it's super racist. Yeah. And like that's not something we've never seen before. And I think that it's like Chris will get hit with that pretty hard because he's just like such a broken dude, and I think like Vigilante is sociopathic. Like that guy is like completely out of his
wonderful
mind.
He's wonderful.
Right.
I love him.
And he's
so much.
He's a delight. We're 3 episodes in and he has not killed anyone yet, and I'm sort of like, that's why I'm here for him. So that's the thing, like get moving on that. Like he's washing people's pants and like taking care of everybody. It's like, no, we need to see him like not give a shit about murdering a room full of people.
We did see him saw a body apart with glee. So
he's definitely like a psycho.
Yeah, he is a sociopath.
But Chris is so like, but I really believe he's like this guy who like just wants to do the right thing. And if he had not been raised by like a monster, he would have been a better dude.
Yeah.
Or known how to not be such a weirdo. Like he's clearly so broken. And that's why seeing his brother like completely shattered him of like, oh my God, like this is the thing but not only is he dead, it's his fault. And it's the reason that his father hates him. Like that's such, and he was 8 years old? Like It's been the last 30 plus years of grief and depression about it. And now it's like, I could do, like, that's why he's doing these rash things. Like, it's not because he's nuts. It's that he's like broken.
Well, even coming from like
he
a sex
wants some
party.
normalcy.
Yeah.
And
like he's like coming from this weird sex party before he goes and meets like his dad and his brother. So like, he's just like doing whatever. He's an addict.
Trying
he's
to
depressed.
numb himself.
Yeah.
Like
he's trying to numb himself.
Yeah. And he didn't invite one person that we know to the sex party, which means he doesn't care about the sex party.
Yeah.
You know, like they're not his friends. It's just something to do.
Right.
Like, he's extremes, right? He murders with, you know, like when he had one pencil and killed the guy with two ends of it. Like really. You know,
he stirred his brains.
It was a lot, but like, that's an extreme, like extreme sex, extreme drugs, extreme murder. And he's just a guy who needed his, another guy in America who needed his dad to love him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that's
this
it.
This is where we're at.
Can't swing a dead cat in this country without hitting one.
Not anymore. No, we've got a bunch of men that don't know how to talk about their feelings, and it's ruining the entire goddamn country. JD, you got your hand up.
Yeah, so I posted. So I have to announce that I'm temporarily relocating the lake house to DT.
To DT. I don't know what that is.
To DC?
DC.
Oh,
yep.
DC. Gotcha.
Hey.
Sorry. I thought you were going into detox.
The DC lake house.
I thought you were detoxing from comics for a while.
I mean, literally, like the last time we talked, since the last time we talked, I saw Superman and I read the trades for Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, and Absolute Superman. And I'm in. Those. It's
JD,
fantastic.
would you say you're all in?
Okay, stop it. Stop
That's
it.
a DC joke.
Stop it.
DC joke.
I'm absolutely all in.
Oh shit!
Absolute Batman issue. I want to say, was it 11? Was that the latest one that came out? 11?
Yeah, 11.
I don't know. I just read the first trade.
Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but oh my damn God. It's not just the origin of Bane is amazing, but that's not just it.
Yeah.
Like Scott Snyder is not playing by any comic book rules at all. And I don't mean in a death metal way, which sucked. I mean in a way where it's like he's telling a different kind of Batman story. And it is so goddamn good. Like that might be, spoiler for our best of the year, that might be my single best issue that I've read this year. That book was incredible.
Number 11 or number 10?
Number 11.
For me, the
most recent one.
So for me, Absolute Batman trade, I mean, the first story arc, I mean, the thing is, I was hesitant because all of the images and everything I'd heard about, I thought it was going to be this like dude bro, you know, kind of heavy metal Batman, you know, not heavy metal like in the comic heavy metal, but like,
right.
You know, this like hardcore, you know, and he's really not. No. I mean, Bruce is a introspective, thoughtful guy in the comic. And I think the thing that is the thing that won me over for the comic, and I think the thing that Scott Snyder did really, really well is he didn't tell the comic from Bruce's perspective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is from Alfred's perspective. So we get this outside viewpoint into Batman, and it decentralizes Bruce and Bats in a way that we get to, it's really, really good. I really feel like the Absolute line did what the original 1610 Ultimate line did for Marvel, only better.
Yeah.
Although I do worry about it succumbing to the same trap that the original Ultimate line did, which was collapse under its own continuity.
Well, I mean, the thing
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. And I was a little bit worried because they have cranked out so many.
John, I'm going to mute you real quick. There we go.
It's not me.
No, it was John. It was John this time.
John, mute yourself.
I muted him.
All right.
He's good. We're good.
So I was a little bit worried that they cranked out so many different Absolute titles in such rapid succession, but they are all so different and they aren't really connecting. They are
Yeah.
going to connect because we know that there's some stuff coming out that is going to be kind of like line wide. For
Right.
that, there is an absolute. Yikes! I forget the name of it. There's an absolute title that it's the first one that's not named after a character.
Absolute Evil.
Okay.
Absolute evil. Yeah, thank you. And and so we'll see. And they're not all like, I think Flash is just okay. I think Green Lantern is growing on me. But I think that Absolute Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are three of the best comic books DC's putting out.
I think Green Lantern has gotten way better, and I liked it at first.
It's
now
ramped up.
Really
It's ramped up
like
a lot for sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one, and I'm also looking forward to Martian Manhunter.
Martian Manhunter. Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Absolute Martian Manhunter is
Incredible.
sublime.
Incredible.
It's a fever dream. Yes.
So let me ask you guys this. We're moving into this DCKO thing, which looks like it's going to have something to do with the Absolute Universe.
Well, we know for sure it's the return of Darkseid.
Right.
As King Omega.
We know in the pages of Superman, we've seen the evil legion of superheroes is causing problems. And we know in the DC All-In special, we saw Booster go to, I'm pretty sure, what we think is the Absolute Universe.
I think the implication is that he went to the Absolute Universe, but what if we're wrong?
Well, that's my next question, because nothing about what is happening with the evil legion of superheroes and what happened in All In feels connected to anything happening in any of these Absolute books. Like, I will buy Gotham is gnarly and evil.
And that's what's worrying. That's legitimately what's worrying.
Yeah. Like,
because the thing that I loved about Batman, specifically Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman, is not only did I not need to know anything else, they were complete stories. And Absolute Wonder Woman, like, my only criticism for that is, did that have to be a Wonder Woman? I mean, that could have just been a really, really cool creator-owned Greek mythology book.
Could have been an original character.
I'm fine with it being. I think you've got to do Wonder Woman. You've got to do Wonder Woman.
Really, really well done. That, and also, I would argue, Superman is the only one of those three that they could have stopped after the trade, and I would have been.
I think Superman started a little slow for me, but now I think if you keep reading with Superman,
it's excellent.
Absolute Superman is very, very, very good.
I love punk rock socialist friend of the working man.
I like it.
Superman.
I like it. I like it. No, I'm just saying that, like, in the way I read it. So I read the trades on Hoopla. The end of the first story arc for both Batman and Wonder Woman, I feel like closed in a way that weren't cliffhangers. Like, they were a complete story that I was satisfied with.
Sure.
Whereas Superman, I was like, that's it.
I mean, it did start a little slow. It was not my favorite.
Like, satisfied.
So let me ask this.
So that was the thing that I thought was so cool about those two, was that, we got these really great standalone, complete stories that, like, I would have been perfectly happy with, but I do want to read more.
I think maybe when they started, there was an intention to tie this Absolute world directly into this All-In world with Darkseid as the common factor, right? And then as Absolute took off and became its own thing, like you're saying, became these like insular stories that you don't need to know anything about. You can just read. Yeah. And also in the real world became the biggest hits they have, like the highest selling books they have right now. I am wondering if they changed track, if Williamson and Wade went, let's just tell a straight up All-In superhero story here, because the shit that's happening with the Legion of Superheroes and Booster Gold does not feel Absolute to me at all. This feels like another DC multiversal bad world story.
Yeah, but I mean, they made such a, and maybe Brian will have, he can tell me if I'm off base, but I think that it was meant to look that Booster went to the Absolute Universe in the All-In special.
I think so too.
Which means that's where the Legion of Darkseid found him, because they, leading up to the Absolute launch, they were like, this is a world that was born of the dark, essence of Darkseid, which is why things are harsher. It's not that good guys are bad guys. It's that the world is different. Batman had to do different things to survive. Superman is, is trying to fight oppression in a very real way. And his story is much more tragic. And Wonder Woman is this larger than life figure with a completely different origin, raised by a different goddess, even. And, and so it's a world that's darker. But I agree with you that right now it doesn't seem like there's any connective tissue other than the implication from the All In special. Brian, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, what I will just say is that they are not. They're working so far ahead that they can't be that reactionary. They like, if you look at, and this is partially, we've had books that have been like sort of teased and announced from 2 years ago that haven't come out yet.
True.
And also Hayden Sherman is drawing 2 monthly books and other stuff. Now, is he doing them at the same time, or this is just when they're coming out? Like, I think Wonder Woman was working on that 1.5 years ago. Yeah. Like this stuff's already been in motion. So changing gears is definitely something they can do. They didn't do it. Oh, the sales were huge. Like we're shifting this. I think they did an intentional fake out with the future part or the Legion part with Booster. Sort of like he's still in between the two things. Right. I don't think he went to the other one. I think he's in between both. And that's where we're going to see, because Darkseid coming back. Like, I don't know how much the KO thing, I don't really care about that.
Yeah, it sure looks dumb.
It's kind of, but you know what? It could be the sort of thing where we need our regular art team to take a break. Yeah. So let's pad a little bit because they're on a good roll, but they're tired. Like sub in like sub in something fun that's going to keep people interested for a couple months and then get back to it, which you got to do what you got to do. You can't put Tom Derenick on everything and keep up the enthusiasm. So, you got to kind of do what you got to do. So I think there's a little bit of pacing of things and kind of catching your breath before you go back and do more of these big things. Cause all the books have been successful. And I think even the All In is like still been great. Like Green Arrow is like better than it's been in a decade.
Excellent. Green Lantern is great. Oh Superman is great.
Green Lantern Corps is
Batman
great.
book is fucking awesome.
Yeah, the new Batman book is great.
Okay, let's talk about
Justice League Unlimited is great.
Let's talk about the new Batman book.
It's a little bittersweet that I'm announcing this because it's not just the DC has been so good, like with these Absolute books that have kind of got me on board with really nice jumping on points. It's the fact that Marvel is just shitting the bed. Yeah. So bad. I can't.
There's a lot that's lost me at Marvel.
Yeah.
I cannot think of a time in my reading history as a comics fan and as a Marvel fan that I have been less interested in Marvel than right now.
I think the best things going on at Marvel are the very
Ultimate books, and the Ultimate books are just missing me completely.
Oh, I disagree. I think Ultimates is the best thing that Marvel's putting out.
I don't disagree with that. I think it's the best thing they have. I think that's a low bar.
Yeah.
And
I think it's also it's kind of telling that the best things at both companies are alternate universes that don't really mean anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they mean something internally, but they don't mean anything to the scope of the regular universes.
Before we go that far, I mean, and I'm not trying to apologize for Marvel. I agree with everything you're saying, and I think the X-Men is a perfect example of what is wrong right now. But with that said, the Insular stuff, Ultimate Spider-Man, is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Imperial has been a ton of fun so far. Thor is an amazing place. Yeah. Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk is so good. But these stories are literally, they have to do their own thing completely removed because the rest of the Marvel universe, I think this One Nation Under Doom thing really fell flat. It's just really fun.
Oh, I think it's a good crossover, but there's something
9
about
issues.
Ryan. There's
Yeah.
something about Ryan North comics that feel off to me. And I don't know if it's because of like he's a web comic writer, you know, and so he's gone on to write like other celebrated, very famous like graphic novel adaptations of literary works like Slaughterhouse-Five,
Sure.
or Shakespeare stuff. And there's something about Ryan North's work that feels off to me. And I'm not saying it's bad. I just think that it's, I don't feel like it's removed somehow in my mind. I don't know. I do like the Doom storyline. It's too long. I agree, Brian. Like
it's too long.
This comic book, and it doesn't come out. It hasn't come out monthly either. So for those of you keeping score, this book runs on a very odd schedule.
But Marvel, don't sleep on anything Jed McKay is writing.
Yeah.
I mean, Jed, like the Moon Knight book is good.
Going on for. Oh, it's so good. It's been going on for a couple of years.
Yes. This is. I think it's his 4th year on Moon Knight. And it's been excellent.
Right.
It's
the problem with Marvel right now is editorial. It's the editorial staff.
Yes.
And the problem with X-Men is the fact that Jed McKay and Gail Simone aren't being allowed to write those books. They're writing what Tom Brevoort tells them to.
Maybe that could be. Yeah, I agree with what Tverdic is saying in the chat though.
He's admitted that he's still running those books and he's dictating the story and giving them plot points.
No, you're right.
The X-Men line.
You are right. He said this in his Substack. You're right. I'm with John on this one. The Doom story felt like it had no stakes. It had no stakes for some reason. Not one story lived up to the concept like Iron Man as a freedom fighter should have been amazing, and it was so flat. It's true. Doom took over the Marvel Universe. This is the biggest nightmare you could possibly have. And if you're not paying attention, you might not even know. Like, if you're just reading Cap or you're reading Thor or you're reading Iron Man, you might not even know.
Yeah, and the biggest consequence we had coming out of it that I thought was actually somewhat cool is Stephen Strange as the Sorcerer Supreme of Asgard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a fun idea. Cool. You know,
it's been good. That's been good.
The point I think we're all trying to make is that the books at Marvel that are great are not essential to the big picture of what Marvel is doing right now.
Right.
Like Moon Knight is not an essential tentpole of the Marvel universe.
But it's great.
Right. And there's singular creators that somehow either through sheer force of will or reputation or ability are out from under the editorial mandates or editorial control so that they're not being show run into obscurity or into irrelevance.
I don't think you're incorrect there at all, because look at Jed McKay's Moon Knight versus Jed McKay's Avengers. Jed McKay's Moon Knight is wonderful. I don't think Jed McKay is allowed to do everything he wants to do with his Avengers, but man, is it forgettable.
Or his X-Men.
Yeah. Or his X-Men.
Especially his X-Men.
His X-Men is the worst of the From the Ashes era X-Men.
Yeah, it's completely forgettable. And so much so that the One Nation of Doom is going on. They're like, we're going to do our own thing. We're going to jump 20 years in the future and deal with Cypher being the new Apocalypse. You know, like, all right, go for it.
And it's like, you know, Rainbow, like one of the better books at Marvel right now is the revival of The Runaways by Rainbow Rowell and Elena Casagrande. It's very, very good. It is a One World Under Doom tie-in just because they have a rogue Doom bot that has been on the cast for some time.
Oh,
and
that's right,
so
yeah.
the Doom bots have come to reclaim the Runaways Doom bot, and it's a very fun and interesting story.
Yeah, it's cute.
But the stakes are nil.
Yeah.
As far as the Marvel universe is concerned.
Right.
That reminds me of like when Captain Britain and MI-13, you know, premiered in the middle of Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's too bad.
You know, and it was like
that book was so
we just
fucking
had
good.
to
Oh, we think we lost Shady from though. That's what kills these books, though. They have a great idea, like Captain Britain and MI13, or this new Runaways. It just happens to take place in the middle of a major crossover with too many tie-ins, so it's too easy for people to go, nah, I'll pass, and then we're done. Then we're done. You know, like, thanks, Rainbow. Appreciate it. Canceled. You know, like, you watch.
I mean, I think it's a mini. I think it's 5 issues and done, and that's really the only.
Well,
way
I mean,
you can
everything's a
sustain
mini these
the
days.
Runaways now at this point.
Yeah, everything's a mini until it sells these days, though. So I don't know.
Well, that's true. That's true. But like, why isn't Amazing Spider-Man better? You know? It's such a brutal bummer.
Joe friggin' Casey's Amazing Spider-Man. I was so excited, and it's not.
And it's like,
good.
and it's Joe Kelly and Pepe Larraz half the time,
Kelly.
and John Romita Jr. half the time. And I know that people are mixed on John Romita Jr., but he's been really good in this volume. And it's just a wet fart of a comic.
Yeah.
And I will say I flipped through the most recent issue, which is, I don't know what issue it's supposed to be, but it's 975 legacy number.
Right.
And so it's this giant size special, and it sets up this new status quo where there's a Spider-Man on Earth and a Spider-Man in space. And I saw what they're doing, and the Earth stuff can go fuck itself. I don't care. It's dumb. And it's all the shit it's the return of a bunch of shit that we hated from the Zeb Wells run.
Yeah.
And but the space stuff that Pepe Larraz is drawing is actually really fun and interesting. So it's a shame that it's not 2 different books, you know?
Yeah.
Because I would read that space book.
Can you explain something to me? If we're going to put Peter Parker in space and have a Spider-Man in space and then have a Spider-Man on Earth, don't we have that with Miles Morales?
Well, yes, of course. Miles is still out there doing his thing. Miles is still out there doing his thing.
Why do we have to? I don't know.
Here's why.
Right now, Miles is caught up in the Ultimate Universe because the Maker, at the beginning of the new Ultimate Universe, the Maker invites Miles to come home, quote unquote. Right? He's like, "Our world's back. Come home. Here's my card." And Miles is like, "Fuck off. You're evil. I don't want to. My home is here now. Everybody I love is here now."
Right.
And spoiler alert, the card was actually something that triggered a portal to the new Ultimate Universe, and his baby sister falls into it.
Whoops.
And so now there's a mini series going on that I'm sure has not hit the lake house yet called Ultimate Incursion. And it's all about Miles going to the new Ultimate Universe to rescue his sister.
I think it's fine. I don't think it's great. I think it's fine.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that good. It's not that good. It's okay.
It's fine.
But I mean, Miles is out there. Miles is busy though. My point is this: Miles is not being ignored.
And look, this Spider-Man in space thing, that's going to be fun. It's not going to be shit. It's just something they're doing that's going to be flash in the pan. Haha, good times. All right, we're done here. Back to whatever. Spidey's ex-girlfriend with the multiple eyes.
My thing with the Ultimate Universe, with the Marvel Ultimate Universe, is there's just so much you have to know to appreciate and understand it. You got to have this Maker thing in the back of your mind at all times.
That is true.
Or else
that's fair.
It just doesn't make sense. And it's like, it's not a fresh starting off point like the original 1610 Ultimate Universe was, or like Absolute DC is.
No,
and that's
agreed.
Kind of what I'm looking for is like, I felt like for a long time, a lot of these companies need to shake the Etch-a-Sketch and, give us a new place to start,
Okay. Speaking of shaking the Etch-a-Sketch, I want to go back to DC and I want to talk about Fraction's Batman.
Yes.
And I have to do this with a spoiler.
Speaking of fresh starts and jumping on points.
Yeah. I have to, this full spoilers here because there's no other way to talk about it. Alfred is in this fucking book. What is happening?
All right. So to recap,
what
for those
is happening?
That may not know, Alfred was murdered by Bane.
Right.
Like in the pages of Tom King's Batman.
He was murdered by Tom King.
Alfred was murdered by Tom King
murdered
using
Alfred.
Bane as a weapon. Yes. In the City of Bane storyline, Bane takes over Gotham City. He warns the Bat family, "Do not fucking come here."
Yeah.
And the first thing that happens is Damian is like nuts to that, and he breaks into Gotham City. And as a punishment to show that he's not messing around, Bane snaps Alfred's neck. And so Alfred has been dead for, it's been a number of years since that storyline.
Every bit of 5 years?
5-6 years, maybe
right?
Longer.
Yeah.
It's been more because it was Future State was actually, 2020. So
I think it may have been
the time and stuff.
7 or 8 years.
Been 8?
Yeah, 7 or 8 years. Alfred's been dead.
And so Alfred has been dead. We see him in memories and flashbacks and stuff. And in Matt Fraction's Batman #1, Batman is driving around in the Batmobile, and all of a sudden you see Alfred. Now, it is clearly not a corporeal Alfred. He's blue. He's shimmering in blue, like a hologram.
Right.
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes, yes. So that now.
But that's what we're trying to get at.
Thankfully,
I swear to you,
bathroom.
I scoured the internet because everybody on the planet Earth is reviewing this comic and saying Alfred is an AI now. Batman built an Alfred AI like Iron Man had a Jarvis,
Sure.
Batman built an Alfred AI that now runs the Batcave and hangs out with him when he's out in the field.
Could be.
Nowhere does it say in this comic, nowhere has DC or Matt Fraction actually said Batman builds an Alfred AI.
No.
Nowhere. And so my thought is, what if it's not an Alfred AI? What if Batman is hallucinating?
That's kind of where I was at. What if he's just talking to Alfred, like in his head, picturing Alfred as a device to help him solve what's going on or work through a situation, especially due to the nature of this comic, which is where we see a Killer Croc that Batman is always just like, well, Killer Croc's crazy. He's a monster. I just got to stop him. And he finds out there's more going on with Killer Croc than he thought. And he needs Alfred in that situation to be that sort of like
ghost of Alfred is the voice of reason.
Right. To be like, hey, how often have I told you that people can change, that you need to take it easy. You need to take care of your family. Now, the other thing that's throwing me off here, Tim Drake is Robin.
Tim Drake is Robin, but isn't Damian Wayne otherwise occupied right at the moment?
I mean, I don't fully know. I mean, yes, but he's still Robin.
Well, sure, but Tim Drake is also Robin. It's just that for this run, Tim Drake is the one running around with Batman.
Didn't he change his name to something else?
Yeah,
they got
don't even talk about it. That was Bendis insanity. No, Tim Drake was Robin.
No, I desperately want to talk about it because he needs to be shamed at every opportunity.
All right, go for it.
So, prior to Flashpoint,
Red Robin,
after Damian became Robin, Tim Drake started going by Red Robin, and he adopted a new costume, the costume of the Kingdom Come Red Robin. It was all very like meta. And then Flashpoint happened. And when things came back around to like the current status quo, Tim was running around again with Young Justice, and he was calling himself, I think that he was still calling himself Red Robin. But at a certain point, Bendis is like, nah, now Tim Drake wants to be called Drake.
Okay, well, to be fair, I looked it up.
A Drake is a duck.
I'm not defending the name. The name is stupid. I totally agree. But Red Robin, the restaurant franchise, had a problem with this.
Wait, is this for real?
Apparently. Yes. Now they're filing for bankruptcy, so maybe he can go back to Red Robin, but I'm not.
I mean, at a certain point, they were just like, you know what? It's Robin. There can be multiple Flashes. There can be multiple Robins.
Sure.
Who gives a shit?
Sure.
He was.
There are multiple Batman right now, like Luke Fox or whichever Fox.
Hold on, let Brian talk. Real quick.
Jace. Yeah, Jace Fox is still.
He's
Batman
still out
somewhere.
there. Yeah.
But Tim was the Robin in the Chip Zdarsky run. Like at the very beginning, they were together, which was what was so fun about it. And then all the stuff happened with the robot and all that.
Yeah, you're right. Because Damian had his own book.
Yeah.
Like there was like the island where they did the whole fighting tournament thing, and he still had that giant bat thing that he had from the New 52.
Yeah.
That he,
Fran Galan on art.
defended.
It was great.
We're just, but no, Fraction has picked the best parts, and so he was like, obviously it's Tim Drake, so I'm happy with that.
Me too. I don't love the costume, but yes,
I think so. There's an interest. Fraction is a really smart guy. He is a good writer,
wonderful writer,
and so the looking at I don't think the color schemes are unintentional.
What do you mean by that?
So we've got he's got the blue and
it's brighter.
It's a brighter blue.
It's a bright blue Batman.
Oh, gotcha. On the costume, but the technology that he's using, we see the eye visor, like the electric visor kind of thing.
Yeah.
When he jumps off the window, the gauntlets are like, so the visor's electric blue.
Everything
the gauntlets are electric
with that blue. Yeah.
And Alfred's electric blue. So the hallucination thing is very possible. We also didn't see him make those electric gauntlets, and we also know about whatever that I've already forgotten what the name of that killer robot thing was from the Zdarsky run. Failsafe. But we know that he can build an AI. We know that. We knew he built.
You would think he would have learned his lesson though after the last one.
Well, you would think Hank Pym would have learned his lesson too.
Exactly.
Batman is 2 for 2 on creating apocalyptic world-ending AIs. Brother Eye in Infinite Crisis was created by Batman as well.
That's true. They were physical things though. Yeah. So maybe this being a separate thing is a thing. So
Alfred's got no body.
I took it as this is a projection. Because do we only see him in the car, or is he outside?
No, he stands outside next to Killer. Like
we see him outside.
When Batman is next to Killer Croc, Alfred is there in the room. So he's projected outside the car.
Which is outside the car somehow. He's also covered his own text, so that I think it's
you're right about that.
Yeah, it could be both. I would be fine with both. The idea that he's made this kind of thing that we don't need him to hang a hat on it, because I don't know how he made those. Like, how do the lenses pop in front of his eyes? I don't know.
Sure, like I don't need him to explain it. Yeah. I just think that, and it could be like in the next issue, right? There could just be a throwaway line about the new Alfred operating system, like Fraction could have that in a script that we haven't read yet, and it didn't occur to him to point out that it's an AI. It's just the fact that they didn't point out that it's an AI.
Yeah. And Mark just pointed that out. Like, look, this is Batman. We've seen him do much wackier shit than create a hard light AI for sure, but they never call it out. Fraction, and he did it on purpose because he's Matt Fraction, and he knows this is going to get Matt Baum and Joe Patrick on the internet going, whoa, what the hell?
and the only reason this is a problem at all is because they showed previews of the first issue,
right,
featuring the glowing Alfred at San Diego or something, some big con. And that's when everyone was like, AI Alfred, but they never once said that.
Okay, let me ask you this.
It's also, you need every the internet,
right?
Text requires the term AI. So
certainly.
I'm sure
the algorithm, right?
Since an article, they need to get their algorithm, their AI algorithm word. So I don't know. It was a blast of an issue. I love taking off the mask and hanging out with this.
That was such a great moment.
He's a damaged lizard man, and he's like, he doesn't care. Yeah. Like Croc doesn't care who I am. He doesn't know.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And again, my problem, it's not even really a problem. It's just like my brain is swirling because they never actually just point it out. Like they point out everything else, right? Like all the other gadgets that pop up, there's a little caption box that's like electro gauntlets, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Spectrovisor, yada, yada.
That's true.
But there's nothing for Alfred.
Yeah.
And
A period,
so
L
my brain
period,
is
F
running
period,
wild
whatever. Yeah.
Because it's Matt Fraction, right? It's not that I don't think Bruce Wayne is capable of creating a holographic Alfred. Of course he is.
Fraction's doing
the fact that it seems kind of cagey is interesting to me.
Yeah, no, it is ambiguous, and I think we're both using his prior technique and experience and output to kind of look at it. We're looking at the same thing from two different aspects of Fraction's writing, where it's
totally right.
Yeah, but the bottom line is like, just go with it. So I'm just going,
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm going. Yeah, I like he's got me. I'm hooked.
Oh, 100%.
Jorge Jorge Jimenez. Holy shit,
Yeah,
man.
that book looks so good.
It should
It
not
looks
be
so
allowed for artists to be that good.
Okay, let me ask if this is a hallucination on my part, but I thought I remembered when they first announced Fraction was going to be jumping on Batman, we're getting a new number 1, that it was sort of like, don't worry about the continuity. It doesn't matter. Fraction's just going to tell a Batman story. Didn't they explicitly say something like that?
I think I don't know if it's literal. I think it's just read number 1, because they also named it number 1.
That's true.
For for probably many reasons, but also Hush 2 is still out there and it's 4 months behind. So
Good God.
I think they knew that. I think they knew both. Like, we can't have Batman 178 come out before 174.
Yeah.
These Hush. So just call it number 1. Hush 2 will come out when it comes out. We'll put it out in a hardcover. We'll never talk about it
Hush
again.
2.
And this
Jesus
is just
Christ.
You know what? There have been rare occasions in the history of comic book publishing where a series has been so poorly received that they just give up.
Yeah.
And I'm fine if they just decide not to.
Oh, yeah. If we never finished Hush 2.
Just be like, nah.
Nobody's out there going like, where is my
the moment has passed, you guys.
Yeah.
We've got this shiny new Batman now.
Yeah.
And and I think that I think that this new version of Batman with the new costume, we know that it needed to come out now because this is the version of Batman we're getting in the Marvel Batman, the Deadpool Batman crossover.
Right.
And he's probably integral in a lot of the other plans going on, upcoming with DCKO and shit. And so it needed to happen. And so if they want to ignore Hattush, fine.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Who cares? That book is
I don't care.
terrible. It's terrible. Okay.
Let it be the sonic disruptors of the modern age.
There we
For those
go.
of you that no. A miniseries so bad, DC just decided not to finish it.
Yeah. They walked it out back and shot it in the head. I'm like, thanks. Oh, yeah. We're super excited for the next issue. Boom, 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 boom. That was that. All right. We got a few minutes left. Alien Earth is on television. We were talking about it before we started rolling it, Jimbo and I. And Noah Hawley's a showrunner. Noah Hawley, who did Fargo, which if you haven't watched Fargo, oh my God, it's some of the best television ever. The guy is amazing. I was
even the quote unquote bad seasons of Fargo are better
great.
than most other
They're
television
still great.
shows.
I was legitimately worried, even with Noah Hawley's talent, because I thought Alien maybe was just gone. After seeing Romulus, I walked out of that theater so upset. Just like they're still doubling down on this Ridley Scott Prometheus bullshit. And somehow Holly was like, we're just not going to pay any attention to that. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to, here's the premise. Yep. It takes place before the first Alien movie. And by the way,
I didn't catch at the time.
I didn't either.
I didn't realize that was the case.
My wife pointed it out to me. It's like, you're insane. And then I looked up, like, no.
Our buddy Ryan pointed it out to me. He's like, it takes place before Alien. And I was like, oh shit.
The brilliance of it is, it just like, here's your storyline. There are cyborgs, there are normal people, and there are replicants. And everyone's sort of in this tech race to figure out who's going to win, who's going to, like, what's it going to be. It's just like AI today. Oh, and by the way, we just found a new alien species, and it seems like it might be immortal, and it's super terrifying.
We found 5 of them.
Go.
Yeah. So, and I had to be reminded of this. So the plot of Alien Earth is that a ship, much like the Nostromo, was sent out into deep space on a mission to, and they went to the the xenomorph home planet, which I don't know if it's even has a name.
Or any planet doesn't.
Yeah. And they cultivated, or they captured 5 alien life forms.
Joe, we got 1 minute left, so let's just talk about the show.
Yeah. but I'm saying, and so, obviously the xenomorph eggs hatch. There's a full-grown xenomorph loose on the ship. It crashes into Earth, and that's how we get all these new aliens on Earth. And it's so good, you guys. And my question was like, why do the people on Earth know about the xenomorphs? Like even the higher ups, like how do they know? And Ryan pointed out to me that the whole plot of the first Alien movie is that the Nostromo mission was actually
Yeah, it was. It was a plant.
bait and switch.
Yes.
The replicant, the android Ash, had a secret mission.
Yes.
To go and recover these aliens. So they already knew about them.
Of course.
That movie.
Yeah, that's what.
And I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh,
it's so good, you guys.
Jim, you were going to say something.
Oh, I just like how they've expanded like the different tech companies, because you've never heard of this Prodigy in the other movie.
It's perfect.
It's kind of just like, this is what it is. I love Tech Genius.
Boy Cavalier is one of the best character names in recent memory.
Well, I've gone back and like Peter Pan, like if you actually read Peter Pan, like it's dark as shit.
It's very dark.
Yeah, it is.
The original
and
Peter
all of these kids have been renamed after Peter Pan characters, and like it's vaguely like they don't allow them to have their old identities. It's all very shady shit.
Yeah. But it's also perfectly like it makes sense because to him, look, this is tech. We own this. It's ours.
Right.
Like they're not people. They're tech. Like, did we transfer a person into a robot body? Right. Sure, but it's my tech. I own it.
Well, and this is the world of the alien universe, right? Where it's like the corporations rule all. We put a 3D printed lung in your body to save your life. Guess what? You belong to us now.
Yeah.
You know, you can pay for it if you want to. I don't think you can afford it.
This is where we're going. Like, this is where we're going to be in 5 years, by the way. So, you know.
Sure, right.
Get ready, folks. All right, Alien Earth.
Anyway, I also have to go, so we should probably shut things down.
Catch up on Alien Earth so we can talk about it next week. I want to get into it. Peacemaker, catch up on that because we need to talk about that some more, too. It's good to be back. Missed you guys. And
hey, can we, next week, could do a season wrap-up of... Star Trek?
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
The season finale of Strange New Worlds is next week already.
Yep, we need to talk about that too because man, I've been loving that
this
as well.
This week's episode was great, and if you love the movie Enemy Mine, you are going to fucking love it.
Yeah, it was
because it's awesome.
All right, I gotta get out of here.
I loved it. I thought it was phenomenal.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.